Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson, and today I want to have a little bit of fun. I want to do something a little bit different. You are looking at an abridged version of the Tom Ford private blend collection that I have. One of the things that I do is being a process thinker, is I try and find one brand of certain things, whether it's one brand of polo shirt, one brand of fragrance, and stick with it. And I got introduced to the Tom Ford private blend a couple of years ago, and this is my line of fragrance. And so I want to talk in this video about why fragrance is of interest to someone who would be living the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle. I like how these bottles really sit next to each other. When you look at mass market fragrance, the bottle is often the attraction. They try and make it as sexy as possible, and it just takes up a lot of room. So when you're traveling or when you're trying to neatly stack these in a smaller bathroom, if you have a smaller home somewhere, I really like the minimal footprint of these bottles. But why does scent matter? Okay, we talk about the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle, and I think one of the great luxuries of this lifestyle is the ability to have different homes. And so what I've been looking for in my own experience has been a way to connect with the different places where I go. So one thing I'm still working on is how to get each fragrance and each piece of clothing and each thing to the appropriate home, right? And I'm working on that system right now of how do you make sure that you have the fragrances that suit each home in that home. So I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This is perhaps my favorite Tom Ford blend. It's the Soleil Blanc. You could just take a bath in this. I would love for the house to smell like this. If they put this in a diffuser, it's light, it's crisp, it's a bit floral, it's a bit intense. I wouldn't call it heavy. Some people call it heavy, but it's, to me, the white bottle just speaks to how clean it is and how refreshing. And so, just as an example, Soleil Blanc is something that I think speaks to Kuala Lumpur, speaks to an Asian, a tropical climate, also speaks to a summer climate if you have something like a European beach home, or if you have perhaps a place in Cape Town, or maybe even somewhere in Latin America. It's just clean, it's fresh, it's refreshing. It's really perhaps one of my favorites, and the gentleman who introduced me to these, it was his favorite as well, and we talked about how much we liked that one. So that's one where I would get numerous different bottles. You can buy them most affordably at the duty free at the Istanbul airport if you're laying over there in your travels. But that's one where I might get a couple bottles of that, and I might put it in Asia for the tropical vibe. I might put it in Europe for the summer vibe, but it's a scent that is universal. Something that's more specific is this one. This is the Jasmine Rouge. I got this before my last birthday, and we were all going to Macau. And so I wanted something that's a bit more dark, a bit more Asian, that evoked the essence of kind of that Hong Kong, Macau, trade route, kind of, dark Asian red lighting kind of thing that you would find in China. And so Jasmine Rouge is that. Jasmine Rouge is a bit more feminine. These are all unisex, so men or women can wear this one. This is perhaps one that you could share with your girlfriend or wife or whomever. But it has this distinctly Asian smell to me. I mean, jasmine, of course, but the rouge really for going and having an evening birthday party with friends in Macau, this spoke to me. And so this is one that I would keep in Asia, and I would use in Asia. I would use it when I'm going out, particularly to a nice restaurant, to really evoke that imagery of Asia and of kind of that almost kind of Chinese experience. And so what I like about having all of the different scents is that you can bring certain memories to mind. We have scent memories where if I'm traveling and I'm coming from Europe and I'm flying back to Asia and I need to meet someone for a nice meal out, I might wear this and kind of awaken myself to, okay, we're back in Asia, and I'm getting back in that mindset. So the next one is one that I think could also be somewhat universal. This is one I'll probably move eventually to like a Latin American base. This is one that works a number of places. The Vanille Fatale. So there's certainly some vanilla to it. It's a bit more intense as well. Certainly a bit feminine, but also very intense. And so a lot of vanilla in here, overpowering. I actually got this one in Moldova It's a newer one, and was waiting around in Moldova's airport, and they had these, and so picked this one up. So definitely one that could be, I think Asia could work as well, but I think works is kind of almost like a kind of a candy sweet tooth kind of fragrance for occasions where that may work. The next one, Tobacco Vanille, used this in Portugal. To me, it's a very fall fragrance. When I had a birthday, the last birthday before in Macau, we were in Portugal and went out for a lovely dinner, and people were obsessed with this. It has a kind of a a smokehouse, kind of very evening, evening on the town kind of feeling to it. I've actually broken it, but there's definitely kind of you feel like you're in a cigar lounge. You feel like that's where you should be. And so for me, this is perfect for what I think is a base I'm looking at now, which is the spring-fall base. London, to me, seems to be a very interesting place for a spring-fall base. Somewhere where you can wear a trench coat, somewhere where maybe you have a scarf. I've used this in Tbilisi. When I'm in Tbilisi, it's nice for a crisp, cool, fall evening. And not really a summer fragrance, not really so much a Southeast Asia fragrance. I'll be moving this one out, but really intense, and something that really works, I think, very well for having fall. And so the point of all of this is you can create a reality to where you are getting all the different things in life that you want. And so if you want to live in one place and be the nomad capitalist lifestyle, you can do that. But I think the beauty of this is if you have the freedom of mobility, you can have the winter beach place on the Caribbean island. You can have the summer beach place in Greece or in Italy or in Montenegro, as I am. And you can set up the different parts of your life that you would like. What interests me when I look at home decor in people's homes is, I'll go to someone's house in Europe and they'll have this great Asian decor, which doesn't entirely fit in Europe, but that's their home. They live in Europe and they love Asian decor. Whereas if you're a nomad capitalist, you can have the place in Asia, have the Asian decor in the Asian home, and have the fragrances that match, that really call back, making you feel like you are in Asia. And then when you're in Europe, have the things that make you feel like you're in Europe. The last one is another one that I think this is probably the most likely one that I would move to, let's say Mexico City, if I was, established myself in Mexico City, or Tulum or something. Venetian bergamot. Orange, crisp, citrusy, a bit masculine, I would say, but certainly this could work in, let's say if you had an Italian summer home or a villa or something like that, this could work very well. My idea was kind of a spring day, walking around in Mexico City through Chapultepec or, past the Independence Plaza, what have you. But I like this one a lot as well. And so I have others in Montenegro, not only the Sole Blanc, but Nerul Portofino, Costa Azzurra, Florida Portofino, really crisp. The bottles are light blue, the bottles are green, really kind of crisp summer, Italian Riviera kind of fragrance. Went to Belgrade recently in kind of the end of the winter, got white suede, which was really, to me, evocative of kind of sitting in one of Belgrade's really old school European, classic, dinner restaurants, and with dark colors and dark curtains and dim lighting, and that really seemed evocative of it. And so, what I would suggest is if you are traveling around, if you are in different places, if you want to live this lifestyle, these are some of the things that I think are the softer sides of the lifestyle, beyond saving money on tax, or beyond just being in different places, really immersing yourself into places through things like decor, through things like scents. I think it's something that is worth looking into, and as you establish your collection of homes, you can assemble your own collection of not only wardrobe, so in Kuala Lumpur, not too many sweaters, the sweaters stay somewhere else, but you can also establish your own private collection of scents. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist. I wrote this book, which you can find on Amazon, to distill a lot of the stuff we talk about in these videos and a lot of the stuff I've learned over the last decade plus traveling all around the world, teaching you about how to legally reduce your taxes, build your personal freedom, and create wealth faster. definitely get a copy of this book if you want to learn more. Now, if you want to watch more videos, make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you click the notifications bell so you never miss one of our new videos with more tips on how to go where you're treated best. And if you're already a 6- or 7-figure entrepreneur and you'd like to put these strategies in place for yourself, go to nomadcapitalist.com and learn about how I can help you.